Tonight on CTV3 News, community mourns the tragic loss of 3 beloved Revere women who died while vacationing in Belize. What does the future of the sugar industry look like? MIC's discussions are already underway for a new project that looks at mechanical harvesting. And Elections and Boundaries Commission rules for all 41 candidates who applied to contest the elections for the UDP to use the color red. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Tuesday, February 25th, 2025.
Escape to paradise. Centaur is giving you the chance to win an unforgettable getaway at the breathtaking Orchid Bay Resort. Picture this: a stunning beach and a relaxing poolside retreat. One lucky winner will enjoy an overnight stay for 2, plus a delicious breakfast, all courtesy of Orchid Bay Resort. How to enter? Sign up for any Centaur service or stay up to date with your payments for a chance to win. Live raffle draw on April 16th on Despierta Belize show. Enter now to win with Centaur.
Really? You not switch yet? No what? I tell you. I don't.
You used to call me on my cell phone late night just to stay in touch. Call me on my cell phone, cause our connection used to mean so much. And I know when that thought line bling, February's got that love to bring. Yeah, I know when that thought line bling, Smart is giving you everything. These days all I do is wonder if you're still connected with somebody else. Wonder why you're missing out on what's best for yourself. You could have had more, but you're still stuck with them. You don't need no one else, you don't need nobody else. So it's time to switch up and run, cause Smart's the best in the land. They got the top speed and the best service for your phone. You should just switch to them, it's Smarter, no one else. You used to call me on my cell phone.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. The families of Qatar Nakwad 23, Iman Mala 24, and Wafe El Rarar 26 are grappling with an unimaginable loss following the tragic deaths of the 3 women while vacationing in Belize. Their passing has sent ripples of grief throughout the community of Revere, Massachusetts, where they were cherished locals. In a poignant message on a GoFundMe page created to aid in repatriating their bodies and covering funeral expenses, the Nakwad family shared, "It is with heavy hearts that we announce the passing of our beloved Muslim sister, daughter, and friend, Qatar Nakwad." The family's heartfelt tribute continued. "May Allah grant Qatar eternal peace, forgive her sins, and grant her the highest level of paradise." Qatar was the youngest of the 3 women, leaving behind cherished memories and an indelible mark on the lives she touched. Wafe Al-Arar's family echoed the similar sentiments, highlighting her warmth and character. Her sister, Sabrina El-Arar, described her as a bright, kind, and loving soul who touched the hearts of everyone she met. Sabrina shared her heartache, stating, "It is with deep sadness that we share the passing of our beloved Muslim sister, Wafe." GoFundMe campaigns set up for each of the women have collectively raised over $80,000, a testament to the love and support from the community during this trying time. Notably, the fundraiser for Wafe has nearly doubled its initial target, reflecting the community's desire to honor their memories adequately. The city of Revere has acknowledged the tragedy, issuing a statement expressing heartfelt condolences to the families and friends of the women. The city of Revere extends our heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of the 3 local women who tragically and unexpectedly passed away in Belize, the official statement noted. The women were discovered dead in their suite at the Royal Cal Beach Resort in San Pedro on Saturday morning, February 22nd. A post-mortem examination is expected early this week to determine the cause of death. Police Commissioner Chester Williams has indicated that authorities are investigating the possibility of a drug overdose, revealing that alcohol and gummies were found among the women's belongings.
The bodies exhibited no signs of injuries. Police also saw inside the room what appeared to be vomiting beside each female. The police, with a view to ensure that the scene was properly processed, awaited for the scenes of crime personnel to arrive, as well as the pathologists. This is one of the cases where we invited the pathologists to come on the scene as well, so that they could assist the police in navigating the scene and with a view to see what can be found of evidential value. That was done. The police did a thorough search of the scene along with the pathologists and scenes of crime. And there was nothing of substance that could have been found other than alcohol and some gummies. As you may recall, a couple years ago, we had some gummies that were disposed of from the police exhibit room, and they were found by somebody at the dump site and sold. And then we saw where people who consumed those gummies had to be rushed to the hospital. So we found some of those gummies inside the room. Now, we're not saying at this time that the gummies caused death, but we're looking at every possibility.
Belizean immigration officials have detained 2 Americans and 1 Canadian who are reportedly wanted in Guatemala for various criminal offenses, many against children. The men allegedly entered Belize illegally just before their scheduled court appearance and was detained by immigration officials in Belize on Saturday. The men are currently detained by immigration officials and an investigation is ongoing in conjunction with the police department. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams confirmed that the 3 men are in detention but could not confirm more about the reasons for their wanted status in Guatemala or if it had anything to do with crimes against children.
So 3 persons were detained in Santa Elena on Saturday. They appear to be Jewish rabbis but may have fake US and Canadian passports. What can you tell us about them, and were they indeed traveling with minors?
I'm not aware of the minors, them traveling with minors, but I know that yes, they are detained, and the matter is currently being looked into by immigration and police.
So are they a member of the Lev Taher cult, and are they on the run from Guatemala?
I don't know.
The detained men are reportedly part of an extremist group who are facing charges for crimes against children. Late last year, Al Jazeera reported that Guatemalan authorities rescued 160 children and 40 women from the Lev Tahor sect following allegations of severe abuse, including rape, forced marriages, and human trafficking. The operation took place in Oratorio, about 78 kilometers southeast of Guatemala City. Former Minister of State in the Ministry of Human Development, Elvia Vega Samos, was officially nominated as an independent candidate in the Corozal Bay constituency on Monday. Her deflection from the People's United Party undoubtedly stirred some controversy and even garnered the support of UDP party leader Shine Barrow, who publicly pledged his support for Vega's candidacy. Now, while she has denied any affiliation with any political party at this time, her former colleague in Parliament, Honorable Jose Mai, today expressed consternation about her sudden decision.
Ms. Samos has made a fundamental error. The people who voted for her for the convention are not going to vote for her as a UDP candidate. That's a fundamental political blunder. As a matter of fact, it is an elementary mistake. If she felt that by doing this, she will move the people that voted for her in convention to vote for her under a red banner.
But she's saying she's independent, not red. She's saying Shine is the one who took advantage of that.
Look, it doesn't matter what she says. The perception is that she's running for the UDP. And in politics, perception is it. So she's making a fundamental, elementary mistake to say that she's running independent and that the people that voted for her in convention are going to vote for her. That is not going to happen, not with the POP. Okay. The POP may be discontented that they lost their candidate in a convention, but they remain UDP. And to become a UDP at this time, in this period, this era, is a mistake. Or is a completely misguided thought.
Okay.
It is more likely that a UDP may convert to PUP right now than a PUP converting to the UDP. Right? These are that. So I think that it will not affect her. It will just strengthen her more.
Okay.
Deputy Party Leader Cordell Hyde also addressed the controversy surrounding Elvia Vega Samo's independent candidacy and her removal from the Corozal Bay executive. He described the decision as part of the party's internal process. Hyde acknowledged the unfortunate nature of the situation but emphasized that it was a necessary step for the party's continued cohesion and effectiveness.
When you declare yourself to be a candidate, you do sign an oath. You do orally make a pledge to all present that you are going to work for the aims and objectives of the People's United Party. You won't be a candidate for any other party. You will be for the People's United Party. So I think it's maybe it was, maybe a little swift and so it comes across the wrong way, but ultimately I think it's kind of inevitable that there's a separation, and so I guess the executive moves swiftly to declare that the separation is official. But I mean, once you declare that you're going to run independent, then it means that you're no longer running with the party. He has a right to run independent and to give it all she's got, and ultimately that's a decision for the people in Corozal Bay to make. And of course we are rooting for our PUP candidate. But she has a right. She has a right, and we respect that. I think what happened is that if you declare you're going to run independent, it means you're declaring you're not a PUP. Yeah. And you can't. And
she's still the incumbent.
And yes, but you are a minister of state as a result of being a PUP representative. So once you declare, well, I no longer want to be associated with the party. Of course, it's the prime minister who decides who's in cabinet, who is a minister, who is a minister of state, and so her minister of state status obviously was revoked. And if you are no longer a minister of state, then you don't have access to a government vehicle per se. But again, like I said, it's how you do things. Ultimately, it's the timing of things, and I think I regret that we didn't get a chance to talk to Elvie and try to talk this through. And I always feel like if you sit and talk to each other, you can work things out. Maybe there was enough talking took place already. I don't know, but I wish we could have talked some more and tried to reach a point where we didn't have to reach here. Like, this is really, really regrettable.
Frank Demir, a former associate of Boris Mansfield, has been released from police custody after being questioned in connection with Mansfield's murder case. The announcement was made by Police Commissioner Chester Williams on Monday. Demir was taken into custody following the fatal shooting of Mansfield, who was shot in the back of the neck at his villa in Placencia on February 21st. Authorities believe the attack was targeted, although the motive remains unclear. Mansfield was known for being embroiled in several high-profile legal disputes, including allegations of fraud against the mayor, which involved misappropriation of funds and resulted in multiple lawsuits. Despite his release, the mayor's phone, computer, and firearm are still in the possession of law enforcement as they continue to probe the circumstances surrounding Mansfield's death. The mayor's attorney, Andrew Bennett, expressed frustration over the progress of the legal proceedings. We have provided a defense on behalf of Mr. Demir, but unfortunately, they have not really moved from pleadings, Bennett stated. He mentioned an application was made to appoint expert auditor Cedric Flowers to review the financial disputes, but as he noted, as of today, that did not move anywhere. The ongoing legal battles between Mansfield and the mayor date back to earlier this year, when the mayor severed ties with Mansfield. In a controversial email, Mansfield accused the mayor of participation in a land fraud scheme that allegedly included bribing officials and fabricating passports. However, police have not yet confirmed these claims. Commissioner Williams emphasized the need for formal complaints to trigger a comprehensive investigation. As the investigation into Mansfield's murder continues, the potential motives remain a focal point for authorities. The case has drawn public interest due to the high-profile nature of both men and the allegations surrounding their partnership. Further updates are expected as the investigation progresses and police continue to gather evidence related to this complex case. And we have more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Attention all residents and commuters of Orange Walk Town. A significant improvement is on the way. Starting February 3rd, works to concrete the intersection at San Antonio Road and Guadalupe Street will begin. This essential upgrade is expected to take a few weeks to be completed. During this period, district buses from Belize City and Corozal reaching or leaving the terminal will be rerouted through Queen Victoria Avenue into Cinderella Street and Dunn Street. We kindly ask for your cooperation and understanding as these necessary improvements are made to enhance our community. Your safety and convenience are our top priority. Thank you for your understanding and patience during this time. The Orange Walk Town Council, moving forward, one town, one vision.
Nomination day is over now, but the same cannot be said in regard to the friction within the United Democratic Party. The UDP, led by Moses Shine Barrow, has made a formal request to the Elections and Boundaries Commission, EBC, for exclusive use of its traditional color, red, in the upcoming 2025 general elections. In a letter addressed to EBC Chairman Oscar Sabido Puga, UDP Representative John Nembrand articulated concerns regarding the preservation of the party's identity amidst ongoing factional disputes. The letter emphasizes the party's long-standing association with the color red, stating the appropriate point of departure in this regard is to highlight the fact that it is accepted that the United Democratic Party has traditionally used red as its representative color for all purposes since the inception of the party. Nemhard's correspondence asserts that the strict prohibition of factionalism outlined in the UDP Constitution underlines their claim to the color. The party insists that no external entities, including the EBC, have the authority to dictate UDP membership or candidacy. The letter explicitly notes no member of that faction is a UDP, as they were all expelled from the party. With the exception of the Honorable Tracy Panton, no one has challenged such expulsion. Tracy Panton, who has contested her expulsion from the party, has a trial scheduled for March 31st, 2025. However, the UDP Central Executive Committee has already determined that neither Panton nor other members of her faction will represent the party in the forthcoming elections. The letter designates Jose Espat as the official UDP candidate for the Albert constituency, where Panton is expected to contest. The UDP's warning to the EBC is clear. Should the Commission allocate the color red to any candidates outside the sanctioned official UDP slate, it will be considered overreach and legal action will be taken. And that move was reiterated by Shine Barrow yesterday when he spoke to the media.
No, I no bluff. When Honduras made a decision we didn't agree with, we went to the Court of Appeals. A lot of people talk it. They got 5 terms in office and they claim to be so sophisticated, yet they're not just talk, right? I go to the courts. I believe in the judiciary, and I look at none other than Michael Ashcroft. Losing a Supreme Court, losing a Court of Appeals, always wins in the CCJ. So when it comes to democracy, when it comes to the rule of the law, you go through the process. So when it comes to the elections and boundaries, if they take a decision that we don't agree with, we will go to court. My lawyer, I'll send you the letter from my lawyer. I wrote a letter from the party this morning to the chief elections officer, and lawyers are following up because we need to see what they do today. To tell them, well, we think you want to do this, and if you do this, this is what we will do. No, let's see what they do, and then we'll file the civil action.
And while Barrow waits for a response from the EBC, Tracy Tager Panton says she will ensure that her supporters make the right choice.
I said we will have all hands on deck and all boots on ground, and we will do everything in our powers to educate our voters as to, they look for the name. They know Tracy Panton. Tracy Panton has been there for 10 years. Patrick Faber has been there for 20 years. They know their candidates, and I am sure that they will come out to support us.
In a release late this evening, the Election and Boundaries Commission, EBC, indicated that it met today after the receipt of the nomination forms of candidates who were nominated to contest the 12th of March 2025 general election. The meeting was to further determine the allocation of colors. Based on the nomination forms received, a total of 41 candidates applied to contest for the United Democratic Party. The release states that as it relates to the allocation of the traditional red color to the United Democratic Party, 3 options were put forward for consideration. 1. Assigning traditional UDP red to all 41 candidates applying under the UDP. 2. Assigning traditional UDP red only to the 25 candidates listed by Shine Barrow. 3. Assigning traditional UDP red only to the 15 candidates listed by Tracy Panton. Following discussions by a majority vote of 4-1, the EBC voted on option 1, which is to allocate the traditional UDP red to all 41 candidates applying under the UDP banner. According to the EBC, this decision reflects the fact that, firstly, the leaders of each of the 2 factions maintain that they are the legitimate leaders of the UDP and that their candidates are legitimate UDP members. Secondly, the legal dispute over who is the rightful leader of the UDP remains unresolved and is set for trial on March 31st, 2025, after the general elections of 12th of March 2025. The EBC states that in a decision issued today, the High Court did not grant any order restraining Panton from holding herself out as a UDP or from using related UDP items, including the party's name and symbols, reinforcing the need for the EBC's balanced and impartial stance. Given that the courts have yet to determine the rightful leadership of the UDP, the EBC has taken this approach to maintain neutrality, absolute even-handedness, and uphold electoral integrity. Elections are only a few days away, and today all candidates who were officially nominated on Monday are carrying out last-minute preparations before heading to the polls on March 12th. Here in Orange Walk, foreign runners are officially nominated as standard bearers under the ruling People's United Party. That includes sitting area representative of Orange Walk South, Jose Abelardo May, who is seeking re-election. As he prepares to head into battle in the South in a few days, today Minister May visited our morning show, The Spirit of Belize, where he was candid about some of the work he has been able to accomplish in 4 short years in the South of Orange Walk, focusing in areas of education, infrastructure, land distribution, agriculture, and community development. May says he has kept his commitment to the people of his constituency.
Es el tema de infraestructura. Guinea-Glass, que es el pueblo más grande del sur, hace unos par de años invertimos en el pueblo, en Guinea-Glass. Le metimos 40 culverts This was in 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, 3 years ago. We invested in 44 culverts all over the village because the village was in such a bad shape. Today, we are again giving it another pass, 3 years after,
Okay.
trying to fix the bad roads and culverts and so on, until we found the money to now pave from Guinea Grass all the way to Tower Hill. That project is almost being completed. It should be completed within the next month or so. The people of Guinea Grass are happy for that highway. The business that will occur between Shipyard and the rest of Belize is going to be tremendous.
Right.
It's going to boom. Employment in Shipyard in Guinea Grass will increase. Business will increase. Job opportunity will be created. You know what the minimum salary paid in Shipyard to people of Guinea Grass, Agas Parish, and surrounding villages is $9 per hour. They don't pay $5 an hour.
Wow.
Minimum wage is $9 per hour. One company has 44 workers, building houses, selling in stores, driving trucks. Minimum is $9 per hour. Now, when that road is over, the amount of business that will be generated in Shipyard will be unimaginable. The employment, people from Guinea Grass travel at 4 in the morning to go to visit to work for $5 an hour. With this highway now, the opportunities in business will increase so that those people that travel at 4 in the morning to go to Belize will not have to go to Belize. They can come and in 5 minutes be in Shipyard working for $9 an hour, not $5 an hour. So that is what you call development.
In addition to major infrastructure development, particularly in productive communities, Mai says he continues to work on the complete electrification of Orange Walk South.
In the productive areas in San Carlos, where we have the vegetable producers, we are building a road, farm road, through RRB project. And we also have finances to upgrade from Indian Church to San Felipe. But only to upgrade until we find the money, which is not that much, to pave it, then we will do it. Because it doesn't make sense to upgrade and don't have the money to pave, and then the road goes back to nothing like what happened in Guinea Grass under the UDP. We will not spend people's money like that irresponsibly. Well, this is a grant money. So we need to wait to have everything complete and we upgrade and pave at the same time.
Okay.
Right? No, that will benefit tourism, it will benefit the agriculture sector. And so this is a win-win situation.
Moving forward, Mai says his focus will also be on the acquisition and distribution of land to the residents of Orange Walk South.
The need for more land, one, and the need to get the land, their land where they live on, formalized. Hundreds, thousands of land processes that are stuck at the lands department. This today, as we speak right now, I'm having my 4th mobile clinic, land clinic. Minister Hyde has been very helpful. He understands that during our campaign, people are asking for the land documents. This is the 4th land clinic I'm having. And I hope to get many titles out, many processes completed. We've given residents.
As Minister of Agriculture for the past 4 years, Jose Mai has been deemed one of the most successful parliamentarians over the course of the PUP's first term in office. He has accomplished tremendous growth and strides within the productive sectors across the country since taking over in 2020. His greatest accomplishments, according to him, include sectors which have grown by leaps and bounds in the last few years.
The livestock industry,
Okay.
one. The grain industry, and the processing industry.
Okay.
The cattle industry is generating now $90 million from where we were before.
Why would you not consider that one of your
Yeah.
greatest achievements?
That is, I think, one of the greatest
Okay,
achievements.
good.
Secondly, within livestock, dairy also, we have moved from having milk shelf life from 15 days to 90 days. Western dairy is now, because of what change in policy, right, has now, was now the first investor to do UHT. So our milk now can last 90 days in the fridge. The soybean industry, we've moved from being a net importer of soybean to being a net producer of soybean. That's another major achievement. We are now moving the industries, main industries, the tilapia, the shrimp industry was on the ground. It was broke, bankrupt. We resurrected that slowly. And it is now functioning and it is growing slowly. In the South, rice industry was dead. It was dead. As a matter of fact, when we took over the government, we found out that they were preparing to sell the rice mill in Toledo. That was the only source of income that the people of Toledo have. And they were prepared to sell that mill. We cranked up the old mill and we moved from 800,000 pounds of rice right now. We are doing close to 4 million pounds of rice and growing. And so that again is another major achievement.
Despite major growth within the agriculture sector, Mai says there is more that can be done, particularly to ensure the industrialization of the productive sector, and that will be his focus under Plan Belize 2.0.
We started growing the winter crops for 2 months of the year and 3 months of the year. They went to 4 months of the year. Right now, for example, carrots, you can produce carrots for 10 months of the year.
Okay.
But carrots doesn't have a shelf life. And the farmers, they do what they do best, produce. And then there's a marketing problem. And so we need to start to industrialize the agriculture sector. We need to industrialize the vegetable sector. We could have centers. The Republic of China, Taiwan, is donating to us a processing center in Orange Walk.
Okay.
Where you can come in and bring your excess tomatoes and process them, make them into jam, or you can make them into tomato paste, you can make them something.
While the agriculture sector has bloomed under the tenure of Mai, one of the major challenges he and his team has faced is balancing the northern sugar industry. In the past few years, there is no denying that the sugar industry has faced its share of obstacles, ranging from internal standoffs between cane farmers and the millers, trials due to climate change, and even new diseases and bad sugar roads. At the end of the industry has seen it all. Speaking on the challenges of the industry, Mai says his government is looking at major changes within the Sugar Act to help modernize the industry for the benefit of both the millers and farmers.
Because of the particular structure of the sugar industry, la estructura de la industria azucarera es muy complicado. Es una industria, creo que uno de los más antiguos, tiene 50 años de existencia. Las normativas existen que rigen el sector azucarero, tiene 50 años, outdated law. La mentalidad de los cañeros también tiene mucho que ver. La estructura de cómo funciona el ingenio, la relación entre el cañero también tiene mucho que ver. Entonces, ha sido, creo que, el punto negro en mi vida política como ministro de Agricultura. Sin embargo, hemos nosotros tomado las riendas. Gobierno que entra, gobierno que sale, siempre ignora la situación del sector azucarero. We decided to do heavy lifting, to take the bull by the horns and try to correct the situation. No podemos hacer las cosas, no podemos repetir las mismas cosas cada año y esperar un resultado diferente. Jamás va a suceder. We cannot do things over and over in the same way and expect a different outcome. It won't be. So we need to restructure the industry. No, it hasn't been easy. You have seen I've been through some serious battles in cabinet, in parliament, and with the cane farmers. And as a cane farmer that I've been for many years, I know how the industry operates, I know how it works, I know the mentality of the cane farmers.
Mai today also spoke about the possibility of implementing a new project to promote mechanical harvesting within the industry, which will in turn open doors to sell additional sugar cane byproducts.
but I'm optimistic of it. What is important, Carmen, to mention is this. El tiempo ha cambiado. Ahorita lo que estamos sufriendo en la industria cañera es el cambio climático, 1 y 2, la falta de mano de obra. No hay cortadores de caña. Cortar caña es un trabajo bastante dificultoso, muy, difícil. El sol calienta, los muchachos están en el sol todo el día. Estamos llegando en un punto en la historia de la industria azucarera donde se tiene que acudir a mecanizar la cosecha. Hay varios productores que ya han comprado su cosechadora, están trabajando. Creo que vamos a tener que hacer esto. Pero lo interesante de todo esto es de que en Perú, por ejemplo, hay una empresa que Perú, debo mencionar, Perú ya está legislado que no se quema la caña, se cortan verde. Y el rastrojo que queda, la basura, nosotros comúnmente le llamamos, es la basura, se vende, no se quema.
Okay.
Entonces hay una empresa que compra el rastrojo, la basura de la caña, las hojas secas, y lo convierte en biochar. Al convertirlo en biochar, ese hecho, ellos lo venden como carbon credits y consiguen un dinero para pagarle al productor por el rastrojo. Entonces al productor se le va a pagar por el rastrojo. Ese contacto lo hicimos, yo estuve en Bakú, en Azerbaiyán para COP29, y eso fue mi contacto con la empresa. Esa empresa tuvo su primera reunión con los productores de Belice para explicarles cómo es lo que funciona esto. Primeramente, tenemos que pasar la ley en Belice de que la empresa pueda comprar el rastrojo de la caña y pueda vender. El problema ahorita es que no existe la ley para que él pueda vender y colectar como carbon credits. That law has to be passed first. But that first meeting has taken place, right? Where the company has met with our Belizean stakeholders, explaining to them how is it that they work in Peru. And in the near future, that could be something can be done in Belize, and it can be done also for livestock producers.
Mai also addressed the issue of sugar roads, which has been a major concern for farmers, particularly this year when weather conditions have been unpredictable.
I think that the farmers, better than anybody else, understand now the effects of climate change. Y no solo los productores, hasta el gobierno. Hemos tratado de reparar los sugar roads. Lo reparamos hoy, cae un aguacero en 2 días, se destruye. Las calles de las aldeas. Empezamos y tenemos que parar. ¿Por qué? Llueve muchísimo. Este año ha sido un año extraordinario, donde llueve a cada 2 días, llueve a cada 3 días. Si un día no llueve, estamos bien, 2 días no llueve, al tercer día cae el aguacero. Cargando camión con 20 toneladas de caña en Caliche, en White Mar, no aguantan los caminos, no aguantan. Entonces, resilient road building, hacer los caminos con drenaje, no es nada barato, no es nada económico. Va a tener que hacerse a un largo plazo y bien hecho. Nada que es resiliente, nada que tiene el tema resiliente es barato. Entonces, en esa dirección tenemos que ir pronto, muy pronto.
Today, the Protected Areas Conservation Trust, PACT, and the Association of Protected Areas Management Organizations, APAMO, signed a strategic partnership agreement during a ceremony held at the Ministry of Sustainable Development's auditorium in Bamapan. The primary objective of the partnership is to optimize the management effectiveness and operational capacity of community-based organizations, CBOs, that manage critical protected areas in Belize. PACT will also provide 319,000 Belize dollars in funding to support APAMO in executing activities focused on enhancing 4 key areas of collaboration: financial management support, training and capacity building, communication and public awareness, and general administrative and technical support.
So today we are absolutely excited. We're signing a agreement that has a value of about $319,000, and that will go specifically into providing support through APAMO for CBOs in areas such as financial management, in areas such as training and capacity development, in areas such as community awareness and communication, and also in technical support overall in their work that they do in the protected areas. So we are excited and we're happy that we have been able to get to this point with our partner APAMO, so that we can continue to move the sort of the buck forward in terms of the leadership that Belize has in the conservation world.
So I think in your speech you spoke about how this was in the pipeline for quite some time. What was some of the hold-ups that you guys met?
I think there was some need for us to sit down really together and understand what are the key priorities on both ends for us to have that clarity. And that is something that started in earnest in December of last year. And we have been since then sitting with the teams to kind of thrash through what it is that we really can do to support at the end of the day the CBOs within our protected area system. So I think that when we were able to garner an understanding and clarity of what that was, what are the priorities, we were able to then sit down and structure a framework that allowed us to build a program around those. In some cases, opportunities for improvement, and in some cases, challenges as well that we are trying to address.
Jose Perez, APAMO's executive director, witnessed the signing. He reaffirmed that today's signing is a reaffirmation of PAC's commitment to its partners in conservation like APAMO and CBOs that serve as custodians of our natural heritage, safeguarding its ecological, social, and environmental importance.
APAMO is comprised of 17 members. We have 10 members who are considered grassroots local communities. These are the ones that this partnership will target. They are the weaker members of our family, and they are the ones who have weak capacities. The model that we implement is that whilst we improve the resource center, it's not a traditional secretariat with experts. These experts will support the smaller groups. So for example, rather than a small community group hiring a business development person or a marketing person, we include that capacity or expertise within the ACRC, and we provide that service to our members. So in summary, what we do is provide technical and financial oversight to these smaller CBOs. While a big organization like Belize Audubon could hire its own financial officer, its own park managers, its own business development officer, the CBOs are far from that. So the approach that we have is we do it in a consolidated way. We have that expertise centralized at our resource center, and we provide it to more than one CBO. And so this is what this partnership is doing, making sure that we continue that work and that these small groups continue to be included in becoming better and effective protected areas managers.
Dr. Kenrick Williams, chairman of PAC's board of directors, and Mr. Eli Miller, APAMO's vice chairman, signed on behalf of their respective organizations. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Get the most out of your internet with Centaur's ExpressNet. Are you ready to supercharge your online experience? When connecting to your Velo Mesh device, make sure you're linked to our blazing fast 5 GHz frequency. Why 5 GHz? Faster speeds at a shorter range. 5 GHz is perfect for use in smaller spaces where speed is your top priority. As for the 2.4 GHz, while connection may travel farther, it can lead to slower performance. Remember, choose 5 GHz for your devices and experience the difference instantly. ExpressNet, bringing you the best speeds for the ultimate online experience. For more information, contact us at 380-0101.
The Elections and Boundaries today announced that it received a total of 90 nominations. Were received on nomination day, Monday, 24th of February, 2025. Across the municipalities, the incumbent People's United Party nominated a total of 31 candidates. In true form for the fractured United Democratic Party, there were a total of 41 candidates nominated. This number includes candidates under both the leadership of Shine Barrow and Tracy Panton. It is of note that 5 candidates who were announced under the Shine Borough banner did not get nominated on Monday. Additionally, there were 7 candidates for the Belize Justice Movement, 1 under the Good Opportunity Development Party, 2 for the People's National Party, 4 under the People's Democratic Party, and 4 independent candidates. 2 of the 5 candidates who were not nominated for the UDP were from Fort George and Pickstock, forcing the declaration of Anthony Mahler and Henry Charles Usher as having been duly elected since at 4 p.m. on nomination day. Only those candidates were nominated in their respective electoral divisions. The Elections and Boundaries say that certificates of endorsement and return of uncontested elections have been forwarded to Her Excellency Governor General of Belize as required by law. After their endorsement on Monday, both candidates spoke to the media expressing overwhelming reactions to the unprecedented turn of events.
First of all, listen up, we have to thank the Almighty for today. It's a wonderful day we have today. Anthony and I have to thank the persons who nominated us to be candidates in Pickstock. We have to thank our families who are joining us today to support us and to be congratulating and enjoying this victory today. But most importantly, thank you, the people, to make sure that we were nominated to show that support. And keep the work going. The work will continue. The blessings will continue. This is only the beginning. We have to remember, we still have 16 days to an election, and we have 29 seats to win for the People's United Party. And work for our other party members to make sure that they are victorious. PUP! Thank you.
Climax from this morning, right? But when I take it.
What's the feeling like though?
Well, I mean, you always want to go into battle, but a win is a win is a win is a win, right? And so, I mean, the work continues from this afternoon in terms of how we can improve the lives of people in Pickstock. Well, we are neighbors, right? And so, Pickstock Street enough Fort George, but that's still, we're close. We're very close together, and we work closely in cabinet and as politicians. And one of my closest friends in the cabinet and in this business of politics. And so I look forward to serving with him. I'm humbled by this opportunity again from the people of Pickstock, and I will continue to serve to the best.
Yesterday, the Ministry of Economic Development, MED, the Belize Social Investment Fund, BSIF, and the CARICOM Development Fund, CDF, visited project sites in the Orange Walk and Corozal districts, including the Rudimentary Water System Project, the Honeyed Redevelopment Support Project, and the Covered Structure and Capacity Enhancement Project. The Rudimentary Water System Project in Shunush featured the installation of a high-performance 3-feet water meter, 375 house service connections, 5 valve inspection boxes, 5 air release valves, and a 60,000 US GPD brackish water reverse osmosis purification water supply system that included well and transfer pumps. The Honey Redevelopment Support Project launched in 2018 with a budget of $464,323 US, provided training and equipment to 110 beekeepers, established 3 demonstration apiaries, and significantly boosted honey production in rural communities. Finally, the Covered Structure and Capacity Enhancement Project initiated in 2019 with a $262,995 US budget, supported the construction of 36 covered structures across 6 districts, benefiting 60 vegetable farmers and offering advanced training in covered structure management. These visits provide stakeholders with the opportunity to document the progress of the projects and ensure that the desired outcomes of these initiatives are achieved. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Wednesday, February 26th here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.